In this next video, we will review our next standard that will be on our test, which is OA.1, multiplicative comparisons. The first one says 48 feet is blank times the length of 12 feet. Remember, is the same as saying equals, and times the length, that means times. So 48 equals blank times 12. So 48 equals blank times 12. So I have to say to myself, 48 is what times 12 is giving me 48, or 48 divided by 12 is equal to what? 48 divided by 12 equals 4. If you did not know that, you could add up 12 until you get to 48. So my answer for that one is 4. Next one, 7 times as many as blank is 49. So this is essentially saying 7 times blank equals 49. So we could write it 7 times blank equals 49, or 49 divided by 7 equals blank. I know 7 times 7 equals 49, so my answer is 7. Or I could say 49 divided by 7 equals 7 as well. Next one is number 8. It says Caden has 8 times as many basketballs as Jack. Jack has 4 basketballs. Select the equation below that represents the situation. So Caden has 8 times as many baseballs as Jack. Jack has 4 baseballs, and I'm going to select the equation, so just one, that represents this situation. So I'm going to understand the problem first. I know that Caden and Jack are the two things I'm talking about. Caden has 8 times as many baseballs as Jack, so I know Caden has more and Jack has less. Now I'm going to plan it out by drawing a picture. So this is Caden's because he has more. And I'm going to break that up into 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 8 spaces. And Jack, whoops, I meant to draw just this little box for Jack. Please ignore the rest of that. This little box represents Jack's. Jack has 4 baseballs and Caden has 8 times as many. So I could write 4 in all of these spaces. So I know Caden has 4 times 8 because I see 8 equal groups of 4, which is equal to 32. I could go through these quickly. 8 minus 4 definitely doesn't make sense in this problem because I see times as many, so I know we're multiplying or dividing. 8 plus 4, he doesn't have 4 more baseballs, so that's definitely not right. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. It's asking about how many baseballs that Caden has, and Caden has more baseballs than Jack. No one has 2 baseballs because Jack has 4, and Caden has 8 times more than that. So no one's going to have those 2 baseballs. And then 8 times 4 equals 32 is my answer because over here I did 4 times 8 equals 32, and that is the same as saying 8 times 4 equals 32. So I planned it by drawing my picture. I solved it by writing my equation, and I checked my work by going over every single answer instead of just picking the first one that I saw. Next, Sophia earns 36 coins on Prodigy. She has 9 times as many coins as Billy Bob. Select all the equations that show how many coins Billy Bob has. So remember, it says select all the equations. So that might mean that there's more than one answer. So Sophia, I'm going to understand my problem and annotate it. Sophia earned 36 coins. Sophia. She has 9 times as many coins as Billy Bob. So I know Sophia has more coins and Billy Bob has less coins. And I'm going to select all the equations that represent that. So I'm first going to figure out my own equation by planning it. So I know Sophia has more coins. She has 9 times as many coins, so I'm going to break this up into 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. That's 9 times as many, and that's Sophia. I'm trying to figure out how many coins Billy Bob has, so he's going to have the one box down here. And I don't know how many are in any of these boxes, but I do know the total that Sophia has is 36. So in order to solve this problem, I would do 36 divided by those 9 equal groups, which will give me 4. So I know that Billy Bob has 4 coins. So now I'm going to see which ones are the correct answers. So 9 plus something equals 36 would not be correct because I'm not adding, I'm either multiplying or dividing to find my answer. 9 times question mark equals 36. I could have solved it that way if I said 9 times how many is going to give me 36. So I could have solved it that way to find the missing answer. The next one, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we went over this when we did the standard. When you see parentheses and there's no operation in between a number and those parentheses, that means we're going to multiply. So this essentially says 9 times question mark is equal to 36. That's the exact same as B. So that actually is another answer because 9 times something equals 36. And remember, Billy Bob had this 4, which would be fill in those question marks. The last one says 36 minus question mark equals 9. Definitely not. Billy Bob had 4, and we know that we are either multiplying or dividing for these multiplicative comparison problems. So adding and subtracting ones that we see would definitely not be correct. So I finished my planning piece over here with my picture. I solved it using this equation right here. I checked it over using that equation right there. And I checked it by making sure I went through every single problem instead of just picking the first one. The last one for this standard says, look at the number sentence below. Which statement best represents the number sentence? So here's my number sentence. 6 times 7 equals 42. I'm going to go through all of mine to make sure I pick the correct one. The number 6 is 42 times as many as 7. Let's see if this looks right. 6 equals 42 times 7. No, 6 definitely doesn't equal 42 times 7. So make sure you remember is means equal, times as many means times. So you could write those equations out to see if they make sense. Next one. 7 is, which means equal, 6 more than means plus 42. That doesn't make any sense either. 6 equals 7 equals 6 plus 42. Nope, definitely not that one either. The next one, 42 means equal 7 less than 6. 42 equals 7 minus 6. That's definitely not 7 times 6 equals 42. Last one, 42 is 7 times as many as 6. 42 equals 7 times 6. That's essentially saying the same thing, except it's just written a little differently. So that is the correct answer. D would be the correct answer for that one. See my next video for OA.2 multiplicative comparison word problems.